Hello and welcome to LBHUK. In this session we're going to explore how web browser alerts are generated and handled with the help of Selenium. Because in your careers find you might find uh, yourself in a predicament where you might have to handle alerts which comes from your browser. An alert could be a notification like when you want to save a password for a web application, or maybe an alert that a pop-up alert that says this website requires cookies to accept and something like that, right? So we're going to see how those alerts could be handled. So first up, I'm going to write another test, just as always, and I'm going to name this method as handling alerts. Okay, so now we're already for this tutorial video. I'm actually switching to a different website which is called demoqa.alert. So this will just take me to the alerts page. Let me just and this is the website that where we will be landing. And what's going to happen manually is that it's going to click on this button, and that's how an alert is generated. That's a browser alert, and previously we saw that in order to handle an element, we actually right click on it and go to inspect, and then we do all the good stuff there. But for an alert, since it is not a web element, it's more of a browser component, so you cannot actually right click on it to handle it. So for that, Selenium provides a facility that you can handle this by the help of your code, right? Okay, so now let's go back to our handling alert method. We're already invoking a different URL which is going to lead us to this page. Now I wish to click on this button. So first I'm going to inspect it, get its ID, click, and the best way to do it is use a switch to command, driver.switch to alert. Right. So the switch to alert, it's going to put the focus on this alert, and when we do accept, then it's going to accept, or maybe just click on OK button here. So for handling an alert, there are basically two options: either you accept it or you dismiss it. So if you accept it, it's going to accept it as okay. If you dismiss it, then you'll see we'll see in this video that there are other alerts with cancel button as well. So if I click on this, you can see that there's this cancel button here. So do you confirm this action? If I do dismiss, then it's going to cancel this and not going to accept it. Okay, so let's put a thread.sleep here for 2 seconds. We're also going to talk about different types of waits that are necessary while we're actually working with the Selenium and automation testing. I'll put a sleep here. Oh, just a second. I'll put a sleep here as well, so that we could see that an alert is generated or not, right? Okay, now let's try to run this script and see what happens. Yeah, I get all these ads here. So once this page gets loaded, I expect it to click on this one. As you can see, an alert is generated and it is done on, and see the test has been passed. Okay, now let's try to click on this dismiss button instead. I'm gonna pick confirm button, and I'll just change the ID here and I'll do dismiss. So this is what this is going to do is it's going to click on the cancel button which is present on the alert, and I will be able to see a notification kind of thing that you clicked on cancel button. So you can see the alert being generated and it says selected cancel, and this test case passes as well. Okay, now as you can see that in this method I used a thread.sleep wait element. This wait is not actually that of Selenium, it's actually of Java. So, and this using this sleep is not a very recommended way to pause these automation script. There are actually two different kinds of waits that are used in Selenium automation testing. The first one is an implicit wait, and the other one is an explicit wait. So in this video we will be discussing that just about now. Okay, so now the difference between implicit and explicit wait is that of condition. So let's just see a scenario that if I land on this page and driver dot manage dot timeout dot implicit wait of, I'll just timeout dot implicit wait. Now this is in seconds, and the thread dot sleep that we were using that's on in milliseconds actually. So you can see the long millis, and this is in seconds. So now the difference between this wait, now this condition here is an implicit wait. Now what this actually do, it's going to wait for 10 seconds before the execution could proceed. So if I just add this wait here and execute my script, let's see what happens. Okay, so the website opens. I expect it to wait for about 10 seconds because that's how much time I actually allowed it to wait for, and nothing happens. Okay, so let's see. Okay, this is not clickable. Alright, so now it comes with an error that the button here, this button, is not clickable. Reason being that it's either covered by one of those add widgets that you're seeing on the screen. So to handle this, we actually use a JavaScript executor. I'm going to work on the JavaScript executor after I've handled this implicit wait thing. So let's try to run this again, and this time I'll try to keep the click button more visible for the crawler to actually click on it. So the execution proceeds after the page has been fully loaded, and as you can see that this is done so fast, right? Okay, now the second type of wait is an explicit wait. Now it is actually extremely important for both automation testers and the one who are learning it to understand the difference between both of them. So what happens is that mostly people confuse this and now there are three types of actual weights which people mostly gets confused. So I'm going to write all three of them here, and we'll see. Let's just name it wait element, and that would be equal to new WebDriver wait driver, comma, let's say duration 3 seconds. 5 instead. Wait element dot until until expected condition alert is present. Okay, so it's asking for duration, so we're duration of seconds to be, let's say, 5, right? Okay, so now what it's going to do here is it's going to I'll move this click here. Now once this click happens, it's going to wait for 5 seconds until and make sure that the alert is present or not. So that's the basic difference between an explicit wait, which is this, and an implicit wait, which is this. So implicit wait is going to wait for indefinite amount of time, which the definite amount of time which you give through here, right? While an explicit wait is only going to wait until the condition is fulfilled. The condition that I have placed here is that it's going to wait for 5 seconds until one of these alerts are appearing, right? Now these explicit waits could be used in quite a variety of expressions, or quite a variety of test runs, and we'll be covering those in our page object model video, and how you actually create an automation framework. So we will actually create a framework with using a lot of these functions, right? So let's try to run this and see what happens. Okay, the browser has been opened. The URL is loading the page. The URL is getting loaded. I expect a click on the third click, and here we go. This is passing. Now in this video we actually covered, now I'll just explain or maybe summarize these 3 waits, and then we'll conclude this video. The first wait that you see now, this here is called an implicit wait. Oh, I'm sorry. So it's meant to be like this, okay? While, and this belongs to Selenium. Now this here, this wait, it actually pauses the execution. It's not a real wait actually, right? So now this is a Java based wait operation which halts the screen or halts the operation, while this third one is an explicit or conditional wait which waits until a condition is fulfilled. And if the condition does not fulfill, it's still going to wait for maximum 5 seconds, and if the condition isn't fulfilled in 5 seconds, then it's going to throw an exception. So that's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed my content. Please do like and share, and I read all the comments, so please do share your feedback through my comment section. Thank you for watching.